Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with a Chatty Get Ready With Me or weekly catch-up. So I will probably start filming these semi-regularly again. If not regularly, we'll just have to see. You guys can see, like, this is part of why I quit filming these this summer, because my rosacea got so bad this summer because the heat has been so brutal. That there were times when my cheeks were just like bright red and like even kind of swollen. I got a big patch on my forehead, which has never happened before. I even got it on my nose, which has never happened. It gets really exacerbated by heat. So it is finally starting to really calm down. I started using azelaic acid on it, which has helped. I've also got like a patch of eczema around my eye, which it started to get so swollen, like, that I put Neosporin on it just to like help with the inflammation, which actually worked really good. It like even dried it out some. I don't really get eczema very often, but I do get and have been getting kind of patches of it here and there since I was a kid, really. So I've just been one of those people that have always kind of struggled with like skin inflammation, which really, like, I'm starting to get on a soapbox here, but they say that it all starts in the gut. Like, you've really got to fix your gut if you want to fix your skin. Anyways, so let's jump right in. The sun just came out, which I'm super excited about. I can look out and see blue skies, and it is like giving me life right now because it's literally rained every single day here since I think since July 31st. And it is now August 14th. I think it's August 14th. And it's rained every single day. And now we've got a hurricane heading towards us, which scares me because that's what happened last year with Helene. We got a ton of rain, the ground was saturated, and then we got hit with Helene, which is what really screwed us with water accumulation. So anyways, I'm gonna start doing my makeup here. I am using a new shampoo and conditioner today too, and if I end up really liking it, I will tell you guys what it is. Well, I'll tell you what it is right now. It's the Kristen S Peptide, not the color safe one because I don't have any color in my hair, but the like the one that's for like moisturizing or whatever. So it's like in a really beautiful dark plummy bottle. Freaking smells amazing. And so I got that shampoo, and then I got the Eva NYC hair mask that they carry at Target, and it is in like this gorgeous like dark magenta tub, which is like my favorite color ever. Anyways, I knew I was going to be chatty today because I've just got a ton to talk about. Let me show you what I've been doing for a base because my skin has been so crazy. I have to be really careful with like how I do my base makeup because I don't have a ton of texture because this is mostly just like really just inflammation, redness, but I do have a little bit of texture because I do have a little bit of like breakouts. This is not, I mean, it's just crazy. Anyways, 45 years old, I've never dealt with skin issues. Not really until I maybe like started to get really bad, I would say maybe like a year ago. So 43-ish is when, no, sorry, 44. I don't ever even know how old I am, you guys. I remember when I was turning 44, I thought I was turning 43. I didn't even know how old I was. My husband was like, Sarah, do the math, dude. 1979 to I think it was like 2023. And I was like, holy cow, you're right. Anyways, I've been using this e.l.f. Halo Glow, yeah. And just putting it, I don't really put it where I have any redness. I've just been putting this where I want like more dewiness, which is not on my cheeks because the last thing I'm trying to do is highlight redness. So yeah, I'm just putting this basically like where I would put highlighter. Yeah, I haven't been using like a full foundation at all. Not only that, a lot of my foundations are more for like dewy, like a dewy finish. And because of that, it feels like it just, in the heat, it just has been like melting off my face. So, okay, and then I've been using my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, which I saw that they just came out with a new, I think they just came out with a new foundation, new Born This Way foundation, like they reformulated it, because I used to hate the Born This Way foundation. It was like way too matte and drying for my skin, but it looks like it's better. I don't know. This stuff, you only need like dots of it just to cover redness because it's so super concentrated. I've just basically been concealing with this because, I don't know, full face of foundation has been looking super cakey on me. And that works like really good to just cover redness. Anyways, I haven't been watching a whole lot. I will say I have watched 2 movies recently. One was really good. One was really good and I didn't expect it to be, and I really didn't even want to watch it. And then one I was pretty confident I wasn't gonna like it, and I was right. I did not like it. I really loved the cast, but I didn't like the movie itself. So starting with the good one that I would totally recommend is the newer Hunger Games movie. I think it came out like months ago. I don't know, because I really haven't been like keeping up with Hunger Games stuff since like the older movies came out, since, you know, like the last Mockingjay movie came out, I guess. And see, I knew that they were making more, but I thought that they were just going to be tacking on to like after what happened after Mockingjay. And I was like, I'm really not that interested, because it took me literally months to read Mockingjay because that book got super boring for me. I liked the movies just fine, but even the movies were a little bit slow. Sorry, I gotta rearrange my hair. My husband asked me if I wanted to watch the new Hunger Games, and I was like, no, not really. It doesn't really look like something I'm gonna be super interested in. But then I was like, okay, let's watch it. I mean, we didn't really have anything else to watch. So anyways, I realized very quickly that it's actually a prequel. And then I was way more interested in it because I didn't realize it was about President Snow and basically how he became like a villain. And so I really enjoyed it. It very much paralleled like the Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader character arc, in my opinion. He went from being, you know, pretty decent and having good intentions to like basically turning to the dark side. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. That movie really surprised me, which then reminded me that I've been meaning to go to the filming location for ages, because I live like probably not even an hour away from I think maybe less than an hour away from where they filmed the first movies, and I've been meaning to go there forever. And I finally pulled the website up on my phone so that I will remember one of these weekends we need to make a trip there. Maybe I'll do like, I don't know, maybe I'll film a little bit of it if you guys are interested in seeing that. I don't know. But it's really cool. It's like an old mill village, which is definitely like a dime a dozen here in the South. But anyways, on to the movie that I really, really did not like. Okay, and then for concealer around my eyes, I'm gonna use my favorite Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Concealer. Was Nosferatu. And it's funny because I waited, like it's been on, I just watched it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. And it's been on Prime, like free on Prime for at least a month and a half now, and maybe even longer. And it took me forever to watch it because I knew I wasn't gonna enjoy it, and I did not. I am just one of those people that if a movie, series, documentary, if anything strays too far from like the source material, then I just am not gonna enjoy it. And I don't enjoy like reimaginings. Yeah, I really just, I don't know. If something gets too far away from, and I've read Bram Stoker's Dracula like several times, and I love that book. So the fact that it was kind of like, you know, it kind of followed the story, but then it strayed, and just kind of the whole, I don't know, kind of the whole feeling behind Dracula. And I get it, they were trying to make it more of like a horror, you know, I guess scarier. And I loved the cast. I thought the cast was great. I think the acting was amazing. Like they all did such a good job, but I just didn't love it. Let's see, let's do some bronzer. I've been using my, trying to use up this Sculpt tape from Tarte bronzer, because I've had it for quite a while now, and it's probably time. After I get done decluttering my whole, perfume collection, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter my makeup, because I've got way too much makeup too. Stuff that I just need to get rid of. Gosh, my cats are being so bad out there. They're like fighting and causing a ruckus. So anyways, yeah, those are now I feel like I have to read the books and the newer Hunger Games books that came out, which I wasn't gonna do, but I didn't realize they were prequels. So I'm kind of excited actually to read those books. But they're filming a new Hunger Games movie now. I don't even know what it's called. I don't know, but it's funny, and I don't even know where they're filming it. But it's funny because I have been seeing there's somebody that lives like wherever they're filming it, that has been getting up in trees and like filming and then posting it on TikTok. And people are getting kind of mad about it, which I don't blame them. I'm gonna just use my cotton candy champagne palette, because this is my favorite blush palette, and I've been pretty much using it every single day. I've been putting my blush up way, way higher because I don't want any more redness down on the part of my face where I've got like a ton of redness anyways that I'm like trying to cover. So I've been putting my blush way, way higher, which I actually kind of like wearing it up here more, which is another reason I've been using this palette a lot more, because this is a blush lighter. So it's like a blush highlighter combined. So the placement of really high blush kind of makes sense, but I feel like it kind of lifts my face a little bit more. But yeah, so yeah, I haven't been up too much as far as like watching stuff. I really don't watch that much TV. If I have been watching anything, I've pretty much just, like, I don't have a ton of time to sit and watch anything. I pretty much live by the same routine every single day. Like I get up and do the same things every day. And by the time I'm like done with work and chores and all of that, I don't have a whole lot of time. So I usually hop on TikTok here and there whenever I do get a chance. So like, I just don't have time to sit and watch like Netflix or anything. But I'll tell you what, I don't know what is gonna happen with TikTok. Like, I don't know if, it sounds to me like that in November they're going to be making the TikTok app unavailable for us, and we're gonna have to download like a different app that is associated with Facebook. And I'll tell you right now, I hate Facebook, so I'm not gonna download anything. That's why I'm not even on Instagram anymore, because I can't stand Facebook. I just hate Facebook so much. So if it's at all associated with Facebook, then I'm just gonna delete, and then I'm just gonna get off TikTok altogether. Like I don't need it. It'll be fine. So I have been, because it's been like so crazy hot, I have been powdering. I've been having to like actually put like a powder in my crease, like from my crease up, because my eyeshadow will crease if I don't, which is so weird for me because I have very dry eyelids. I think it's just the heat though. So we'll do that, and then I'll go ahead and put primer on my actual lid. I've really had to like alter the way that I do my makeup. I don't know, I guess it's just getting older, you know, as a woman. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, let me tell you, because your whole body starts to change. That's why I'm struggling so hard with so many of my perfumes, because your hormones start to change, everything starts to change. And it's not like, you know, I don't feel bad. I think that that's what happens a lot, like when I start to feel overwhelmed and I start to feel unmotivated and like I just want to be a hermit. I don't want to film videos anymore. I don't like it. I'll go through periods of time where I'm like, I'm just going to get off YouTube because I don't like it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. But I think it's just, you know, I'm just going through changes, and it gets, you know, it gets kind of hard. I'm going to be using this palette right here. This is the Lorac Noir Pro palette. I love these palettes. I forget that I have them. I kind of wanted to do like a more of a cool toned look today. So we're going to use this. But yeah, I can't believe I'm going to be 46 in like 3 months. It's crazy, like just over, maybe like 3.5 months. I'm going to be 46 and I'm going to have a 13-year-old daughter. And it's just crazy. It doesn't feel, I don't know, like I just don't know where the time has gone. I just feel like the years have flown by. And they say that that's what happens with your kids. Like they grow up so fast, and they do. I mean, I feel like I just had a child like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? I feel like she should be maybe 5, like not about to turn 13, which is crazy. My husband this morning, he was like, you know, we probably need to start thinking about getting you a new car because we're going to give her my car when she's ready to drive. But we've still got like 3.5 years, like, well, not 3, yeah, almost 3.5 years before she can drive. So I was like, what do you mean? We've still got 3.5 years before she can drive. And he was like, yeah, but you don't want to put like a ton of miles on it and then give it to her. And I'm like, yeah, but so he's already like thinking ahead, like we need to go ahead and clean up my car and just park it somewhere and save it for her and just get me a new car. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's insane. Like, no, I don't want a new car. Number one, I love my car. And number two, I'm not gonna rush through time, dude. Like she's still 12 in my mind. She's still 12 years old. She's not, you know, no, I'm not gonna rush ahead to her being 16 yet. That's just not gonna happen. Time is flying by as it is, and she's gonna be 16 before I know it. I'm gonna keep it on the lighters. Ooh, that's more of a topper. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this on and then I'm gonna top it with this. I've been keeping it real simple on my eyes too. I haven't been doing a whole lot, which I typically do in the summertime. I usually don't do like a lot on my eyes. In fact, I need to be pulling out my single shadows more. I've got a whole box of like good single shadows that are great for summertime when I just want to do like one shadow looks and I really don't need like a whole eyeshadow palette. I don't know why my cat is out there. He's like crying. He's like whining. I think he's whining at my other cat. This little liner brush, I've been liking to take like just a dark brown shadow and just kind of darken up. The very outer corner of my eye. Speaking of TikTok, if you guys are on TikTok, have you seen what has been going on with that coffee shop / boutique that has like a bunch of locations? I think it's like in Alabama, And that woman went in there with her 3-year-old daughter and her mother, and she went up to the counter to order coffee, and her little girl and her mom were sitting at the table, and all of a sudden she heard a loud crash, and she turned around, and apparently her daughter, who is 3 years old, just a toddler, was like trying to get down off the bench, and she like braced herself against this table and pushed the, like, I guess the tabletop off or something, and it like broke, and it was this marble table. So the people that work at this coffee shop immediately got on the phone, called the owners. The owners told them that they not to let the woman leave until they got her credit card information and a copy of her ID, because she was going to pay for the table, $1,600 for this table. Come to find out, it's a console table. These people had console tables in marble, like $1,600 marble console tables that are basically 2 marble columns with a top on it, that they were using as cafe tables in a coffee shop. Didn't ask if the little girl was okay. The mom took the little girl to the emergency room to have her checked out because she was so upset about the whole thing, because had that fallen on that little girl, it probably would have killed her. Console tables are not meant, they're not meant to be eaten. Like, I don't even have to say it, they're not meant to be eaten on. I could not even believe how the whole thing went down, but thank goodness it's blown up. It's gone so freaking viral on the internet, and I am so glad, because they're just lucky that nobody else has gotten hurt. And this is coming from somebody who, like, I don't usually make big deals out of things. In fact, I usually am like, it's not that serious. This is that serious. Like, I don't even have words for it. I mean, to me, the whole thing is just, it's so insane. And I am so glad that, I mean, I'm just glad that I guess that it brought light to the situation, because, and I don't even know if they've taken the tables out or what. Hopefully it has. And then they came out and tried to make a statement saying, no, we weren't trying to make her pay for it. We just needed her information for insurance purposes. Why would insurance need, they would not need the name of the person that broke the item if you wanted to claim it on insurance. Like, get out of here. But anyways, yeah, crazy. Okay, I've been using I need to go through mascaras so bad. I've been good about like decluttering mascaras because I've just got so many. I'm trying to use up these Essence Lash Princess mascaras. I think I've got 2 other tubes of it after this one that are completely unused. It is one of my favorite mascaras, so I don't mind having a whole bunch of it on hand, but I don't think I'm gonna do my bottom lashes today. But anyways, let me know if you guys have seen that incident. It was absolutely crazy. And normally I don't watch stuff like that. I don't watch drama stuff. I don't, I just don't, because it's just unproductive. And there's no reason to like watch, for me, there's just no reason to watch stuff like that. But that one, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I guess because a child was involved. So for me, anytime there's like a child involved, I just can't help but be super concerned. Okay, that shampoo and conditioner combined made my hair so shiny. I don't know if you guys remember, but I just like bleached a little bit of the underside of my hair earlier in the summer. And I've actually really liked it. It's pretty, it's super, super subtle, but it kind of, I don't know. I liked it for the summer, but I'm getting ready to, in a couple weeks, probably the beginning of September, I'm gonna do like a gloss, one of those gloss demi-permanent, demi-gloss treatments on my hair or whatever. And I'm gonna do like a espresso chocolatey brown just to get everything back to baseline. because yeah, I don't, as much as I love this in the summertime, I don't want to go into the fall with it. And then just because of how much sun I've gotten this year, I've got like streaks. So I didn't put any like bleach on top of my hair, but I've got streaks of like light where I've just been in the sun a ton this summer. Okay, so for lips, I think I pulled out this Huda Beauty lipstick a long time ago. I've been meaning to use it. This is the Huda Beauty Babyface cream lipstick in the shade called Babyface, and it's kind of like a cool tone nude, which I think will be pretty with this eye look. I'll tell you a TikTok account that I love. It's called Vintage Dusties, and it's this woman that collects vintage nail polish, and she like revives it and then swatches it on her nails. I'm addicted to that TikTok channel. I love watching her swatch all of the old Urban Decay nail polishes from the 90s and like all the old Essie nail polishes from the 80s and 90s. Yeah, that's such a pretty lipstick. I really like it. I am gonna powder because that is one thing. I've been having to like powder around my face in certain areas just because it's been so hot and humid. And even though I have super dry skin, even with my dry skin, like my makeup will not hold up in this humidity unless I throw some powder on. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier, we've got another hurricane headed towards us and we're supposed to go down to Charleston. Not this coming weekend, but next. And I'm like worried that a hurricane's gonna come and we're gonna end up not being able to go before we get going for homeschooling this year. The kids here have already gone back. It's like August 14th. They went back this past Monday, which is crazy to me. They do get out a little bit earlier. But my whole life growing up, I started school the day after Labor Day or after Labor Day every year. I refuse to start her in August. I will not do it. And I could start her in December if I wanted to and go through August if I wanted to. Like when you're homeschooling, you can do whatever you want as long as you do the 9 months that you're supposed to do. But I refuse to start her in August. We always start in September. And we usually try to take a trip like right before we start her so that we get a trip in like after the schools have gone back or after the kids have gone back to school, but before she starts, because it's kind of like a little bit less crowded, but it's still summertime. I don't know. But anyways, I'm blabbing. I've been blabbing a lot because I just had a lot to say. I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. So anyways, I do hope that you all enjoyed this. It was nice to sit down and chat with you guys. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these. If you do, I will definitely continue to do them. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.